Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, weeds growing in the Fort Meadow Reservoir will be treated with a herbicide in the near future. We have some rules that the city is asking you to abide by.
Marlborough Airport received some much-needed grant money, how much they received, and what they spent it on.
Plus,
we want to have a nice situation for everyone, a nice place to live, and really improve our neighborhood.
the French Hill Neighborhood Association is back in full force thanks to some dedicated residents. We have how you can get involved.
And later in this half hour, the summer is a great time for our families and our pets, but cats and dogs can suffer from some summer problems. We have how to keep your furry friends safe.
Don't go anywhere. Marlborough This Week begins right now. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette.
And I'm Brian Sullivan.
Let's begin right now with this week's top stories. In an effort to control the growth and spread of milfoil in the Fort Meadow Reservoir, the lake will be treated with a herbicide next week to rid of the invasive species. Fort Meadow Reservoir, located in Marlborough and Hudson, will be treated on Tuesday, July 15th by aquatic control technology to control Eurasian water milfoil and variable water milfoil. These species of milfoil are invasive, non-native weeds that, if not controlled, will spread and grow rapidly and choke the lake, making boating, swimming, and fishing difficult. The entire lake will be treated with a herbicide called Reward to specifically control the milfoil. This treatment will not adversely affect many of the native plants that are important to a healthy lake. Lake water use will be restricted as follows beginning on the day of treatment, Tuesday, July 15th. The city requests that no boating or swimming take place on the day of application to allow maximum contact of the herbicide with the weed. The city asks that no one drink the lake water for 72 hours or until July 19th. No irrigation with the lake water for 5 days or July 21st, as the herbicide may harm your lawn and plants. Now, once the lake is treated, lake users should do their part by checking boats and trailers for weeds when taking boats in and out of the water. This will ensure that we are not reintroducing the weeds from other lakes into Fort Meadow Reservoir. Please check boats and boat trailers for hitchhiker weeds and remove them. If you need any additional information, please feel free to contact the Marlborough Conservation Commission at 508-460-3768 or Aquatic Control Technology at 508-865-1000. On to our next top story, as Marlborough resident Joseph Valiente announced this past Tuesday he's dropping out of the race for state representative. Valiente, who is running against as an independent, faced Democrats Daniel Gregoire and Matt Giancola and Republican Arthur Vigend, which are all Marlborough residents. Valiente's decision did not come easy to him and states that he struggled with it for quite some time. Valiente was seeking the seat formerly held by Stephen LeDuc, who resigned earlier this year to accept an assistant clerk magistrate's position with the Marlborough District Court. The 4th Middlesex District serves Marlborough, Berlin, and Precinct 1 in Southborough.
A local teenager took her 13-year-old brother and 10-month-old baby on a shoplifting spree last Tuesday night. 18-year-old Jennifer Trudell was arrested after police saw her go through Sears and KB Toys on Donald Lynch Boulevard. A Sears employee saw Trudell leave with the items and called Marlborough police. Trudell is charged with larceny over $250, shoplifting by concealing merchandise, and contributing to the delinquency of a child. Trudell was arraigned in Marlborough District Court and was released without bail. Her next court date is on August 8th for a pretrial hearing.
In May of this year, Marlborough Airport was the recipient of grant money that allowed them to purchase a significant amount of new equipment. Manager of the airport, Bob Stetson, used the grant money to purchase a Ford diesel pickup truck with a plow and a sidewalk tractor with a plow, snowblower, and a lawnmower. A press conference was held earlier this week to recognize the outstanding efforts of State Rep Stephen LeDuc and Legislative Aide Daniel Gregoire for helping attain the grant money.
The total amount awarded was about $150,000, and this is going to be a great thing for the economic development of the airport as well as the surrounding community and the communities around Marlborough.
We here at Marlborough Airport are very grateful to have been so fortunate to get the grant for this equipment This is going to make life a lot easier for us this winter and clearing snow and keeping the airport available for the use of the public.
I commend former Representative LeDuc and Ms. Gregoire for their work in getting the $150,000 in grant money. You know, we may have to come down from the city and borrow this equipment. It's so nice to help plow and maintain our city streets.
Everyone in the city of Marlborough should know that Marlborough Airport is here. It's here for them. It's here for their businesses, for their families. You should come down, take a flying lesson, and, you know, really enjoy the asset to the community that this airport is.
Marlborough City Councilors passed the budget for the new fiscal year, which became active on Tuesday, July 1st. Councilors voted to pass a citywide budget of $120.45 million, which is an increase of 4.3% over last year's budget. The budget process typically begins early in the calendar year, or about halfway through the fiscal year, when department heads are asked to submit their individual budgets. This includes school building principals who submit their spending plans to the school superintendent and other city managers who submit their budget to the mayor. The budget is $840,000 less than the one Mayor Nancy Stevens originally requested. The Finance Committee passed the lower figure before being passed by the full City Council.
Effective July 1st, the City of Marlborough would no longer be processing passport applications. Mayor Nancy Stevens' proposal of a part-time clerk position to assume this duty was rejected by the City Council during the recent fiscal year 2009 budget review hearings. However, the Marlborough Post Office began offering this service last February. The Post Office currently processes passport applications Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Marlborough residents whose property was damaged by city plows during snowstorms may find it easier to be compensated. The Operations and Oversight Committee and the Marlborough City Council recommended the city provide funds to people who need to replace mailboxes or other property. City Solicitor Don Ryder presented proposed revisions to the text of the city code to councilors. The changes would make it possible for residents to apply for $75 in funds if they present a photograph of the damage and $30 if they don't have a photo.
The French Hill neighborhood is home to a new development, a diverse population, and numerous dedicated residents. To deal with issues that may come up in the neighborhood, the French Hill Neighborhood Association has been reestablished. The association comprises of active residents who want to build a stronger community. We spoke with the association's president and vice president to find out more.
Having everybody here feel like somebody's, you know, there's a community organization looking out for you, I think it's empowering.
Our plan is to bring everyone together, to have a nice tight-knit community where everyone knows each other and where everyone looks out for each other. And where everyone, you know, maybe there's a piece of trash blowing down the street, they stop and they pick it up. You know, I mean, how hard is that? And everyone does that and does a little bit here, a little bit there. Say hi to your neighbors. I mean, how much better a place is that to live than a place where things are getting overgrown and maybe a piece of trash is blowing down the street and it's there for 4 days because everyone ignores it. It's just not, it's not fun.
I think having people in the neighborhood feel represented and cared for and is really important. I think people sometimes forget that there are people looking, you know, people are looking out for each other.
Just getting the neighbors together, all the neighbors, you know, and that's every race, creed, color, and origin. We want everyone to have a great time together and spend time together.
For more information about future events or to become involved, please call 617-908-7666.
School committee members voted at the last school committee meeting to withdraw a rule that would have kept 8th grade students from participating in varsity athletics. Committee members adopted the ban in the fall when then outgoing committee member Joseph Delano proposed it. In the last several months, members revisited the ban and several pushed to allow the students a chance to play. The committee voted to retract the original ban and requested that Superintendent Mary Carlson draft language that will outline the new process. Tryouts will now be open to 8th graders, and if coaches think the players are physically ready, a meeting will then be held with parents and school officials to discuss the situation.
It's hard. You have an 8th grader who has great talent, but, you know, are they ready to play in high school sports? I mean, it's just a hard thing.
Yeah, but I think if they have the talent, if they have the height and the weight and so on and so
Right.
forth, let them go for it.
So
They shouldn't be banned.
Yeah, it'll be discussed, and, well, you know, hopefully every decision is made accordingly.
Still to come on Marlborough this week, the Water-Wise workshops are back for the summer. How you can get your kids involved is coming up shortly.
But first, the recycling committee says get recycling. Why now's a great time to get involved. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
The Massachusetts One-Stop Career Centers, connecting workers and employers.
For career services and resources, I can help with that.
If it's about computers or internet job searches, those are my classes and they're free.
Before you go on your job interview, I can help you prepare to do your best.
For veterans, it's One Stop for Services.
For complete business services for employers, that's our team.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. Take a step in the green direction this summer and begin to dedicate some time to recycling. Marlborough residents are eligible to dispose of residential household rubbish and recyclables from their residence with a vehicle displaying a current facility window sticker at the drop-off facility on Route 20. Last year's stickers just expired on June 30th, and new ones are being issued as we speak, so now's a great time to get started. The drop-off facility is located on 856 Boston Post Road East.
Anything that you can recycle at curbside, you can recycle here. Plus, we also have some other options that are not available curbside.
The Marlborough Residential Recycling Area allows qualified Marlborough residents the opportunity to recycle waste.
If people do not have curbside recycling, or if they have a lot at their house and they don't want to wait for that every other week, they can come here and use this facility.
As of July 1st, every resident of Marlborough needs a new sticker replacing last year's. It's a $50 charge for everyone that is 62 or younger. Ages 62, 63, and 64 pay $15, and 65 and over it is free. There are recycling-only stickers which are free for every Marlborough resident.
You don't have to be a homeowner. It could be someone in an apartment or someone renting, so that's not an issue.
All items being recycled should be clean and uncontaminated to allow remanufacture and reuse. Some items accepted are used clothing, food containers, paper and cardboard materials, and used engine oil.
Each of the bins are clearly marked to let you know what is supposed to go inside of them: glass, plastic bottles, tin cans. If you happen to throw your newspapers in here by mistake, you don't have to jump in and try to get them out, but since it's not glass, plastic bottles, or tin cans, that is considered a contaminant. If it has food in there, that's considered a contaminant. But where our materials go to, they built that in. They know that they're going to expect a 2 to 5% contaminant ratio, so you don't have to jump in and try to get those out. But do try to be careful when you are recycling.
The hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
For every ton of material that we recycle, that's 1 ton less that we have to have processed, that we pay $100.66 to have that composted. And that does not include our pickup fees. So everything that you recycle makes a huge difference.
Another way to help the city this summer is to get involved with the Adopt a Space program, as the 2008 version is off and running. The City of Marlborough wants to remind residents and businesses that the program aims to maintain and beautify traffic islands, landscaped areas, and other green space owned by the city. Any company, organization, or person who wishes to adopt a space in the city will be asked to maintain the area for the spring, summer, and fall seasons. For further information regarding this program, feel free to contact Karen Boulay in the City Council office at 508-460-3711.
Summertime is all about water, the beach, swimming, and watering your lawns, but all too often it's taken for granted. There are simple things that all of us can do to keep our water clean and flowing. Now, that's where the WaterWise workshops come into play. The workshop started its 5th season earlier this month, which offers free, fun-filled environmental information. The WaterWise workshops create a hands-on learning environment for kids ages 6 through 12 and teaches them the importance of water conservation and water quality to our rivers and watersheds. The workshops are being held at the Grove this summer.
These workshops are provided to help them learn and a little bit more of maybe what they learn in the classroom, and to reinforce the ideas of how to be a good citizen, how to not pollute, how to conserve their water, and be wise about conserving their water resources and what they can do in their community, no matter how small their piece may be of picking up the community, not polluting, telling a neighbor, telling a friend about what they've learned in these workshops.
The workshops focus on a mixture of the science and information about water, and then how humans affect it and what we can do to help.
Each week we have a different topic, and they're all focused on water and different aspects of how you can use water, what lives in water, how it works, and then important lessons about pollution or conservation or storm drains.
The workshops will be held on Mondays through August 11th and will include topics such as animals, water bugs, how to become a water-wise wizard, how to become a water-wise scientist, and water photography.
We hope to make sure that we still educate them during the summer months and want them to know that water sources are depleting in our environment, that pollution is a problem, and that they need to be good citizens and good stewards of their environment.
These workshops are supposed to help people realize, especially the kids, that what they do in their neighborhoods is actually affecting the water around them, and that all the actions that they take in maybe just doing things like washing their car or taking a shower can change how the world around them is.
The kids get to learn about their community in their community and at the site that they're at. So it's real, it's new for them, and that they can see the actual use of what we're doing and what is being taught to them.
For more information, please contact the organization for the Assabet River at 978-369-3956. Parents are encouraged to stay throughout the workshops.
The next workshop is this Monday, July 14th at 10 a.m., and the topic will be the watershed and the water cycle. I went last year and spoke with everybody, saw the kids come. They had such a great time.
Kids love water.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But it's the cool information, too.
Yeah, but I think they just like playing with the water.
I agree.
When we come back, Gina has our pet of the week.
But first, the Marlborough Chamber of Commerce has a message for residents looking for some energy-saving solutions. We're back in a moment. Stay with us.
Hi, this is firefighter Mark Asenko. Do you know what to do if your house is on fire?
When the smoke detector sounds, this is what you must do. Test the doors with the back of your hand. If the door is warm, use an alternate escape route. If the door is not warm, then you may leave. Here are some things that you must do if you are unable to leave. Stay calm and take steps to protect yourself. Stuff the cracks around the door with towels or blankets. Wait at a window and signal for help by yelling.
So remember, be smart, be aware,
be fire safe.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with the Certified Energy Consultants, is pleased to announce a green initiative. This partnership, which offers affordable energy saving solutions, makes it possible for every home and business owner in the region to reduce their electric bills while improving the quality of our environment. We spoke with President and CEO of the Chamber to learn more about this initiative.
One of the things, especially now with the high cost of energy, we're looking diligently where people can save, whether they're a business person, whether they're a resident, even if they're in an apartment, and renting. This small unit, and it's a small unit, can be put right by the meter, the electric meter. And right now, this is the electric initiative so that we can save. It regulates the electricity coming into your home. We're hoping that more and more people, when they hear about this, will take advantage of it. And it's our little way of bringing to the consumer an option to save some money, save some energy, and reduce their carbon footprint, which is the buzzword for today.
In addition to saving energy this summer, you have to stay cool as well, especially when you're exercising. The heat wave in Massachusetts made us all hot and sticky this past week, and it won't be cooler for a while. Exercising in the summer months requires a little extra precaution, and the Council on Aging is ensuring that all seniors get their exercise in safely. We visited with Amy Lovelace of the Senior Center this past week to find out more.
90 degrees in the shade. It's just outside, but inside
air conditioners blowing. It's like Ice Station Zebra. I like to let people know that we're having multiple exercise classes every day of the week here at the Senior Center. If you'd like to get out of the house before it's too warm, move around, get some exercise, we have wonderful air-conditioned system, and a lot of things are happening in our mornings down here. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, we have cardio toning. We also have floor core exercise on Mondays. Mondays and Thursdays, we have Qigong, Tai Chi in the afternoon. So I would invite everybody to come down and move around before it's too hot and break a sweat and cool off.
Well, that takes care of our seniors, but what about everybody else? Whether you're a rollerblader or a runner or just out for a stroll, here are some tips to get you through the heat. Watch the clock. Work out when it's cool. Sunrise and sunset is best. Wear sunscreen. It helps prevent skin cancer. Work out in water. If you have access to a pool, swimming is a great workout and you'll stay cool. Drink water and lots of it. It's important to drink water even before you're thirsty to prevent dehydration. And finally, if it's too hot, stay inside. Do simple an abs routine or grab a yoga video and get going. Working out in the sun and heat can be fun. Just make sure you take care of yourself during these summer months. Well, not only people need to protect themselves in the summer months, pets need special care too. Here's Gina Lettery from the Buddy Dog Humane Society in Sudbury to tell us more on how to keep our pets safe.
Pets have some special needs in the summertime, just like people do. It's very important to keep them hydrated and keep them cool. And one of the places that pets should not be in the summertime is in your car. Even though you may enjoy taking your pet along for company, and that's great in the cooler months, in the summertime, a car can literally be a death trap. So we have to be very aware of that and how quickly that a pet can become in real serious danger inside a car. If you think about how hot it is in your car, when you open that car up to get back in, to expect a pet to survive in that really just isn't realistic. If they have any other questions, they're free to call the shelter. We can give them information and maybe some tips and hints on how to care for their pet in the hot weather. There's lots of great information online, and they're free to check our website as well, buddydoghs.org, for any information.
Gina also wanted to mention the website mydogiscool.com for more information about how to keep your pet safe.
Helpful stuff. Poor guy's covered with fur, being locked in the car with the windows up.
Sad.
Fair.
Yep.
Hi, we're here today at Buddy Dog with Happy. And Happy is a little 4-year-old Lhasa Apso. He's a neutered male. He was actually neutered right here at Buddy Dog just last week. Also given this beautiful haircut because he was pretty matted. He's a non-shedding dog, which means that he does require professional grooming. He's a really nice little dog. He can be a little tough with other dogs. He's getting better, and the neutering has helped a lot with that. He probably needs to go to school, learn some rules, and he seems like a pretty smart guy, so I'm sure he'll learn quickly. He is available for adoption here at the shelter. And if you have any questions about Happy, please feel free to call us at 978-443-6990.
Still to come in Marlborough this week, a look at your community calendar.
First, a look at your 5-day forecast.
The City of Marlborough and the Arts Alliance will present the 2008 Saturday Morning Discovery Series, which is a free summer event held at Union Common. The performances are on Saturdays throughout the summer until August 30th. For more information, please visit upwitharts.org, or you can call the Arts Alliance at 978-562-1646.
Just a reminder that Mayor Nancy Stevens and the Marlborough Recreation Department will be presenting the 2008 Summer Concert Series all summer long. The series will be held on Union Common from 7 to 9 p.m. and admission is free. The next concert will be on Thursday, July 17th, and will feature the band Flashback. For more information, please call 508-624-6925.
Nice little thing to take part of this summer.
Yeah,
It's
why
fun.
not? It's free.
That's free is good.
Sold right here.
There we go. Let's take a look at your community calendar.
You know, I kind of missed you last week.
I missed you.
Wow.
Christina did good though.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's a shoo-in.
So we'll be alternating every week. So
as long as you don't replace me, as long as I'm the mainstay
you're
in
stable.
this seat right here.
You will never leave.
Nice.
Yes.
Never, ever.
Never, ever.
All right.
Okay.
That's going to do it for Marlborough this week. I'm Brian Sullivan.
And I'm Kristen Doucette. We'll see you again next week. Coming up right now on Marlborough this week, the Fort Meadow Reservoir has been treated with a herbicide, and the Conservation Commission has some facts that you need to know.
Mayor Nancy Stevens defends herself at the recent City Council meeting, what law she was accused of breaking.
Plus, skyrocketing fuel prices are affecting everything from the 5-day work week to family vacations. We have how Marlborough residents are dealing with the pain at the pump.
And later in this half hour, an engineering camp at Assabet High School gets kids thinking about their futures.
Don't go anywhere. Marlborough This Week begins right now. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette.
And I'm Brian Sullivan.
Let's begin right now with this week's top stories.
In an effort to control the growth and spread of milfoil in the Fort Meadow Reservoir, the lake was treated earlier this week with an herbicide to rid of the invasive species. Despite the treatment being complete, we spoke with Conservation Officer Priscilla Ryder to learn more on how this treatment could still affect you.
The day of the treatments, residents were asked not to swim or boat in the lake. So what now? We met with Conservation Officer Priscilla Ryder at the Grove to find out more.
So on Tuesday, Fort Meadow Reservoir was treated with an herbicide to control the Eurasian milfoil plant.
Ryder explained that there are 3 basins, and she stated that the basin of water along Blazewood Ave was the most infested.
Anybody who's been boating on the lake will probably have experienced quite a bit of the weeds there, because they were, when we did the inspection, it was about 10 or sometimes 12 feet tall. The weeds were growing that deep, and you could see them sort of lining out on the water as they were floating.
The recent treatment knocked the invasive weeds down and will allow the native weeds to grow, which don't grow that tall and aren't problematic for swimmers and boaters.
The hope is that it'll knock them down quite a bit. We'll evaluate it again in a couple of weeks to see how effective the herbicide was. If there are still pockets that need to be treated, we'll be notifying people again to where those are, and retreating those small areas that may have not been hit as hard or not been effective. So that'll happen later in summer. And then we'll evaluate whether treatment's necessary again in the spring. It is an herbicide, it affects plants, so irrigation, if people are dipping water out to water plants, they shouldn't do that.
So as Priscilla said, all swimming and boating is now okay, just no watering of plants using the lake water until Monday, July 21st.
We continue with the crime watch as a woman falls 21 feet at the Solomon Pond Mall. At approximately 1:15 on Monday, the Marlborough Police Department responded to the Solomon Pond Mall to investigate a report that a woman had fallen from the second level to the first level. 23-year-old Laura Bouzawa was treated at the scene for serious injuries and was then transported to UMass Medical Center in Worcester. Ms. Bouzawa was on a supervised visit to the mall from a local state hospital. It was determined that there was no criminal act involved.
At the recent City Council meeting, Mayor Nancy Stevens denied a city councilor's charge that she violated the state's open meeting law by making phone calls to individual councilors before Monday night's meeting. Councilor at Large Patricia Pope said she does not plan to file a formal complaint, but does believe that the mayor broke the law by calling councilors.
That the mayor did make some sidesteps when she called each one of us individually, did put a disclaimer on the call, which is in a clear violation of the open meeting law. So I'm a little bit perplexed as to why we're doing this a year later, and again, I will not be supporting this.
Following the meeting, Stevens denied Pope's charge and stated that she only made the calls to make councilors aware of the agenda, not to sway councilors to vote one way or the other. The debate centered over the starting salary for a firefighter who left Reading to join Marlborough. Stevens and Fire Chief Dave Adams had asked the councilor to start the new hire at a higher salary because of her years of experience. Councilors rejected Stevens' request in a 5-3 vote.
The Marlborough Fire Department has received $118,000 in Operations and Safety Program funding under the federal 2008 Assistance to Firefighter Grant Program. The announcement was made last week by U.S. Representative James McGovern. Deputy Chief Ron Ayotte states that the department feels great about it and hopes to use the money for an advanced driving training course to teach emergency response driving.
Out of 22,000 applications and tens of thousands of fire departments all over the country, to be chosen to receive a grant of this size is pretty exciting. Back in the mid-90s, the city had a grant for training firefighters and police officers in emergency response decision driving, and it was a great course. The problem is now a lot of people have moved on and retired. We've had new blood on the fire department, and they haven't had the opportunity to take this training, so this is an opportunity for them to get the same training that I received and everybody hired previously had received. Everybody in the department will be taking this training, including the deputy chiefs, the captains, lieutenants, and all of the firefighters. For those who have had the previous driver training, it's going to be a review. For the new guys, it's going to be an eye-opener.
Firefighters Grant Program's website, 126 fire departments have been awarded grants as of July 4th, totaling an outstanding $11.6 million.
A proposed development at the city's old Armory building will not be withdrawn a second time. During the Urban Affairs' most recent meeting, the committee asked developers to withdraw the project and resubmit it so the newly elected city councilor Robert Seymour could participate. Seymour, whose ward includes the old Armory building, was elected after the development's public hearing and cannot participate in any votes or debates. The development must get 8 of 10 votes from the council rather than 8 of the full 11 because of Seymour's exclusion.
In business news, solar panel maker Evergreen Solar has signed the biggest deal in the company's history. Evergreen Solar has signed a sales contract with Germany's IBC Solar AG, which is worth $1.2 billion. The move sent Evergreen's shares up from $1.05 to $10.21. Evergreen will make the solar panels at a recently opened plant in Devons and at another factory expected to open in 2010. The deal runs through 2013.
As gas prices skyrocket, consumers are becoming more and more concerned with how they're going to deal with an average of $4.13 a gallon. Has the price of gas gone too far for local residents? News reporter Christina Mira has more on the pain at the pump.
Putting $25 here because I can't afford to fill up the tank anymore.
Gas prices are now over the $4 point in most communities, and many drivers are hoping to find relief soon.
Absolutely ridiculous, and it's hurting the working middle class like me. They're raising the prices of gas, cigarettes, groceries, everything. I don't know what this state is thinking.
Not liking it very much. Takes a bite out of everybody's usable income, for sure. So, and $4.13, it's a bit high.
Local businesses are also feeling the hit as well, as the cost of gas affects the price that they pass on to the customer.
And now it's eating like 30% more on my budget, so my expenses. So nobody's happy with prices.
And then you got to hit the customer up with a higher price, and it's just, it's hurting everybody.
Whether it's regular, plus, or premium, hopefully this pain at the pump will be ending very soon. For Marlborough This Week, I'm Christina Mera.
If gas prices have got you down, perhaps you should walk instead. The Marlborough Wellness Council and Mass Riders has introduced Walk Across America to the residents and students of the city. Every Wednesday night, residents and parents and kids will come together at the Galone Park to walk across America. After every Wednesday, the mileage will be calculated to show exactly where the group has walked so far. The Wellness Committee hopes that by the end of the summer, the students and the residents have had some fun while promoting physical activity at the same time.
The Walk Across America program is great, but there are plenty of tools to keep your kids active during the summer months. One place that parents and kids love is the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club of Metro West offers a great summer camp program that includes an amazing tech center for kids. The club recently received a grant that would directly benefit this center, and according to the Boys and Girls Club VP of Resource Development, Julie Horrigan, the money couldn't have gone to a better place.
Recently, the Verizon Foundation donated $10,000 to help fund the Boys and Girls Club of Metro West Technology for All program at the Marlborough Clubhouse.
Technology for All is a program that will run in our 2008-2009 school year. It runs Monday through Friday in the afternoon. We have a dedicated staff person who works in our technology center and focuses on helping the kids use professional grade software. They learn how to do PowerPoint, they learn how to safely and securely use the internet for research purposes and for fun. And they also have a really robust Lego robotics program that the kids are going to talk to you about in a minute, where they train these little, they create these Lego robotic structures and they program them to take direction from them. So it's a really great program. It helps our kids build skills, be more creative, and really just gain the skills they need to be proficient in a technology-savvy world.
Dominic Jean-Pierre, the technology staff person, says this technology program is top-notch.
I help the kids with doing software. They go online, they can do all sorts of things, scavenger hunts. We have Lego robotics here. We have imaging software where you can make your face, stretch it out. You have software, you make your own world. So there's a lot of stuff here that they can get involved with.
Not only does he love this program, he loves all the programs at the Boys and Girls Club as he's been here since a young boy.
I love the Boys and Girls Club. I've been here since I was a toddler, and I came to a technology camp and I just found it so fun and so amazing. So I just wanted to do it, help out as much as I can.
All kids who take part in the program love all the creativity they are able to employ.
You get to go on the computer with your friends and do a bunch of different games and go on different websites.
Okay, so there's lots of creativity, but is it all safe when students begin to use the internet? Dominic says yes.
We have firewalls on every computer, safe, so that there's no way that they can chat with other people that they don't know. There's no way to get onto sites that they shouldn't be on. So everything here is safe and sound.
Looks like a great teacher with some great kids along with a great program. If you'd like to learn some more, please call the clubhouse at 508-485-4912.
For more information about what the Boys and Girls Club of Metro West has to offer you or what you can offer the club, please call 508-485-4912. While I was there interviewing him, I noticed the Boys and Girls Club really can hold on to their members and they become teachers, so it's really nice.
Yeah, it's always been a great organization. Much more to come on Marlborough this week as the annual Stars and Stripes Luncheon hit the Senior Center. Who came and what colors everyone was wearing.
But first, one local resident had a birthday, but not just any birthday, she turned 100 years old. What she says the secret is to lifelong health when we return.
Hi, this is firefighter Mark Asenko. Do you know what to do if your house is on fire?
When the smoke detector sounds, this is what you must do. Test the doors with the back of your hand. If the door is warm, use an alternate escape route. If the door is not warm, then you may leave. Here are some things that you must do if you are unable to leave. Stay calm and take steps to protect yourself. Stuff the cracks around the door with towels or blankets. Wait at a window and signal for help by yelling.
So remember, be smart, be aware,
be fire safe.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. On Tuesday morning, Marlborough Hospital was buzzing with cheer as one of their top patients turned 100 years old. And of course, we were there to catch all of the birthday action.
Birthday to you.
Marlborough resident Evelyn Cole just turned 100 years old. After her recent workout at the Cardiac Rehab Center, songs were sung and cake was eaten right in the halls of Marlborough Hospital. Making it to 100 is quite the feat, but for Evelyn, it's just another day and another number.
I don't feel any different today than I did yesterday or last year. I feel great. I really do.
As a cardiac rehab patient and an American Heart Association volunteer, Evelyn Cole keeps busy, very busy. Evelyn has two special men in her life at Marlborough Hospital, Michael and John.
A lot of people, if they don't have an appointment to exercise, they won't exercise. So Evelyn, she comes here twice a week on Tuesday and Thursday and gets her 45 minutes to an hour of exercise every week, and it's like clockwork. I know she had fallen a few years ago and she fell down her stairs at home, and I believe that if she hadn't been as physically fit as she was, she probably wouldn't have survived that. I think Evelyn is just amazing. She's an amazing woman.
John O'Laughlin, an exercise physiologist for the cardiac rehab program, said when Evelyn recently took part in the Go Red for Women fashion show, which featured many of the news anchors on channels 4, 5, and 7, Heather Unruh of News Center 5 couldn't believe Evelyn's age.
But she is just an inspiration for everybody, and the whole thing is just to keep moving. Like I said, she comes twice a week, she rides the bike, she exercises on the treadmill, she drives her own car. I've taken her out to dinner a few times. She loves to eat, she loves to go out, she loves to go shopping in the mall, and she just enjoys life a day at a time.
Before Evelyn left the hospital for her weekly trip to Walmart, she shared with us a secret to staying young and fit.
Be active. Don't be a couch potato. That's my advice.
Earlier this week, the seniors at the Senior Center celebrated the summer with their annual Stars and Stripes luncheon. It was a chance to come together to have fun and honor those who have done so much for the senior community. Here's Kristen with more.
Stripes luncheon featured red, white, and blue and was reserved for the special seniors of this community.
Today is a special day too because we've invited all of our city councilors to come down. A thank you to them for all the support that they've given us over the past year, and especially all the support that they gave us at the mayor's dinner, all the serving that they did. They were fantastic.
The cookout went off without a hitch, but it couldn't have been done without some key people in this community.
Jean started preparation for our event weeks ago. She started shopping, bargain shopping. At one point she had 120 hot dogs in the freezer, so it was bargain by bargain by bargain. She took off yesterday, went into the kitchen, closed the door, and cooked all day long. There isn't a better barbecue that I've been to. Don't tell any of my friends or family, but this is the absolute best.
Tons of preparation took place before the event, and while the women were inside, the men were outside cooking up some barbecue.
It's a wonderful celebration because we can all gather together, have a fantastic meal. We have the air conditioning. Today we have a surprise because we weren't imagining we'd have entertainment. And now we have a band up front that's going to play while we're eating.
The seniors loved the cookout, and we found out exactly why.
Because they love to eat.
Looks like everyone had a great time.
There's another place you can go for a special lunch, and it happens the last Wednesday of every month. Marlborough Hills Healthcare Center offers a free lunch bunch on the last Wednesday of each month. During each session, a new medical topic is discussed to interested residents, patients, or even family members who have a sick relative. The lunch bunch is aimed to get people informed and to tell you things that your doctor doesn't.
Basically, the lunch bunch offers people in the community an informal introduction to the skilled nursing facility. It's non-threatening. They have a nice lunch. It becomes a very social event as well. They talk about different topics every month from a variety of professionals. And they meet other people, other seniors, and often seniors in the community are isolated. They meet other people, they become a little clique club, and they learn something. For further information, you can contact Nan at 508-485-4040, and it's the last Wednesday of the month at 12 noon.
July's topic is sexuality in later life, which will discuss sexual health and sexual changes in mature adults. And as we said before, the Lunch Bunch will meet on July 30th at 12 noon. Please call Nan at 508-485-4040 to RSVP. Marlborough Hills is located at 121 Northborough Road. It's a nice little thing that people can go to and learn about, you know, different medical topics.
Sure, sexuality later in life. And you have to be mature, which is why I couldn't show up.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Coming up on Marlborough this week.
Our time is all about discovering new places and new faces. So make sure you stay tuned so you can find out where to find good old Bessie here.
But first, as the temperatures rise, do you know if local public pools are safe? The Board of Health answers the tough questions when we come back. Stay with us.
The Massachusetts One-Stop Career Centers, connecting workers and employers.
For career services and resources, I can help with that.
If it's about computers or internet job searches, those are my classes and they're free.
Before you go on your job interview, I can help you prepare to do your best.
For veterans, it's One Stop for services.
For complete business services for employers, that's our team.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. Dozens of pools in the Metro West area have been closed by local inspectors in recent years, but a representative from the Board of Health this past week says problems at the pools are typically minor and are easily fixed. Now, this doesn't mean that you can sit back and not worry. There are several things that you need to look out for when you play at the pools.
People just want to swim in a safe pool, but there's a lot to it.
Pools in the summertime can be a fun, relaxing activity, and the Board of Health aims to ensure that all pools are operating correctly so you have less to worry about.
Our job, our charge, if you will, is to make sure that not only the pools are tested, but we also do Memorial Beach on a weekly basis. We check that for E. coli.
The city inspects 42 pools annually, a comprehensive process that includes checks on everything from lifeguard training to the operation of the pool filters.
What we generally do, Kristen, is we come in and the first thing we want to do is make sure that people know how to test the water. It's the most important thing in terms of water quality and safety.
The pools at Princeton Green are always clean and ready, but routine checks are a must. We took our cameras to the pools to see how one of these checks is done. Inspectors check the pool's mechanical system, making sure the filters can handle the volume of water in the pool, to make sure life-saving equipment is available and that an emergency telephone is installed. The checks also include tests for pool operators.
What we try to get out as often as we can. Usually it's the opening session, and then after that maybe once more if we can.
In most towns, inspectors try to inspect pools 2 to 3 times a year. Now, the Board of Health can only check so much. When you visit a pool with your family and friends, be sure to keep your eyes peeled for certain things. An emergency phone, lifesaver, shepherd's crook, first aid kit, pool rules posted, and the feet at the pool should be marked on the side of the pool. If one or more of these things are not visible, contact a pool attendant immediately so that they will be able to remedy the situation.
We haven't had any complaints come to my office about any of the semi-public or semi-private pools, and that's a good thing.
If pool activities aren't for you, there's plenty to do with your kids during the summer thanks to one local museum. Christina Mira has more on one special nonprofit facility.
Time with some budding artists at the Discovery Museum in Acton, where everyone was encouraged to let their inner Pollock out.
To get kids outside and involved and really get into art making and having fun and making a mess in a fun environment.
And did they ever, as the children gathered up paper and paints and let their creativity flow. Artist Isabel even showed us how her creative process works.
What are you painting?
A picture.
Really? What is it of?
A heart.
Marisa Malik, the senior educator at the museum, pointed out some of this summer's highlights.
We have so much going on this summer. We have programs almost every day. We have singers, performers coming. Today we had a Paint It Like Pollock program. We try to do as much outside as we can. We have some live animals visiting us. So almost every day there's something going on for you. And the museum's always open. We're open 7 days a week throughout the summer months, so everybody can come and play.
Kids aren't the only ones having fun. Parents seem to enjoy themselves as well, especially since the paint is washable.
So many good things here. I mean, so much to learn, and yeah, it's great.
You can learn more about the programs offered at the Discovery Museum in Acton by going to their website, Discovery Museums, that's museums with an S.org.
From toddlers to teens, as the Assabet Valley Regional Technical High School offered an intensive engineering camp this past week. The week-long camp is designed to give students an eye-opening experience about their future, which is taught by 2 trained engineering professors.
It's a pre-engineering program or an engineering program summer camp for kids 11 through 14, just getting ready to go into middle school or through middle school to give them a little hint of what engineering is like.
There's a lack of engineering out in the world today, so this workshop is aimed at getting students interested in this field.
We saw that there's a need and there's an interest for kids to want to be engineers. So what we decided to do was go to the younger group and offer a week-long summer camp for students, potential students of the engineering program to learn some engineering principles.
The class met for 1 week for morning and afternoon sessions and cost $100.
We're building rockets, so they're going to learn some aerospace and how rockets work and function.
The workshop is a good way for kids to see what Assabet Valley High School's tech program has to offer, what tools are available, and what the teachers are like.
It's a good segue. They get to meet a couple of the instructors, a couple of the older students help out, so they get to see, if they're from the district, they get to see Assabet, they get to get in here and see some of the engineering shops, especially if they're engineering.
If you'd like more information on Assabet Valley's engineering program, please call 508-485-9430.
Hi, today we have Shayla. And Shayla's a beautiful husky mix, and we think that because she has this outstanding one blue eye, and huskies usually have blue eyes. So Shayla is probably a husky shepherd mix. She's a stray from the streets of Puerto Rico, which we call asado. She's a great dog. She's friendly. She's pretty active. She is good on a leash. She definitely needs some training, like most dogs do. She's going to make a great pet. She loves to lean up against you and be patted. She's probably about 2.5 to 3 years old. She's a spayed female, up to date on all of her medical, and she's ready to be adopted here at the shelter. If you're interested in Shayla, please feel free to call us, 978-443-6990.
Still to come on Marlborough this week, a look at your community calendar and a reminder about some local nature walks.
But first, a look at your 5-day forecast.
Just a reminder that the Marlborough Conservation Office is holding guided nature walks through 4 properties of conservation land within the city this summer, which began on July 11th. These walks are appropriate for all ages and are suitable for the beginner or the expert. And there are 3 more to come, so you can take advantage of them. We spoke with Conservation Officer Priscilla Ryder to learn more.
Ben Krause, who's our summer intern, will be doing these nature walks for us and telling people about the trails themselves, about what we're supposed to see, what we might see as far as wildlife, kind of what are the signs of wildlife if you can't see them that day. So it's a great way to come out, explore. These are our treasures in the city, and they're for all of us to explore. So our first walk is going to be here at the Felton Conservation Land, which is our last field. It used to be an old farm, and it's a farm that the city acquired. It's the first piece of conservation land we got. And it still has quite a few fields that are mowed for hay, and we try to keep them in their agricultural state. This property is Mount Ward. It is our highest property. It actually has a little mountain that's behind us. And at the top of the hill is this really cool old tree. So Ben will be taking the crew of people up the hill. There's a steep way up and a gentle way down, so he can talk about that. This is the Desert Conservation Land. It is our largest piece of conservation land. It's 600 acres. 300 is in Marlborough, 300 is in Sudbury. In Marlborough, it's called the Desert Natural Area. In Sudbury, it's called the Memorial Forest, and it's a very large area that actually connects to the Assabet River Wildlife Refuge. It has a whole different variety of plants and animals that live in it, and there's quite a few birds, and Ben will be listening for some birds when we take a walk and trying to see if we can hear the things that we know live here.
The Desert Nature Walk will take place on July 18th at 2 p.m. The Felton Conservation Land Nature Walk will take place on Friday, August 1st at 6 p.m. And finally, Mount Ward will take place on Friday, August 15th at 2 p.m. If you have any questions, please call the Conservation Office at 508-460-3768. When I was talking with Priscilla, only one person went to the first nature walk, so everyone needs to get out there and take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, why wouldn't you? Get outside. It's
Exactly.
beautiful out.
Yep. All right.
That's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Brian Sullivan.
And I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week.